what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna review Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Yo, I had a lot of fun playing this game right here. This is a good game. So post-stream review of Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. So I've got some story and characters to grade over here. Okay, some music and audio, some graphics and visuals, some level design, and some gameplay. And just in case you've never seen one of my reviews before, there's a little multiplier to the right of each one. And those multipliers tell you how important that particular part of the game is for me. So starting up at the top, story and characters. Unfortunately, story and characters means the least to me in a video game. I don't really play a video game for story. What can I say? That's just how I play. So story and characters here. Story in Prince of Persia. The story was pretty basic. I think it was, you were in like a fighting party with a group of a bunch of other people, and then they all turn on you and you have to kind of go through the story and beat them one by one and then take their power and finish the game. I don't remember the story, but the characters were kind of fun. I really liked Sargon was the main prince this time around. I thought he was a great character. I liked playing as him. I liked the cutscenes he was in. Remember Fariba? He was the one who like, when you found her, she would sell you like the maps and tell you where certain like special stuff was. I liked her. She was kind of a cute little girl, cute little character to kind of hunt down. I kind of liked having her around. That old lady, I forget her name, the one who was at the main tree who would sell you upgrades. I liked her. She was kind of a cute old lady. So I did like some of the characters. They left like kind of a more or less a lasting impression on me. But as far as like all the characters being that well rounded, I don't think so. There was like characters that were just forgotten about. Remember that one, like she had like a mask on and she was like kind of a prominent character for a bit, like the first maybe quarter of the game. And then eventually like there's no follow-up as to what happened to her. Like she just disappeared. So like that was kind of weird. So as far as story and characters, 3 would be right down the road, right down the middle of the road. For the story and characters, I think this is probably right down the middle of the road. I'm going to go a little bit higher than that though. I'm going to go 3. I'll go 3.5 on that because the characters were kind of interesting. And yeah, let's go to music and audio. This was a real strength of this game was the soundtrack. The soundtrack for this game was legit. And while I was playing this game, like the whole month it took me to beat this game, I would do a lot of just listening to the soundtrack on YouTube. I would just have it on a loop. So I did like the soundtrack a lot to this game. It had some like Middle Eastern kind of music to it, but it was kind of new age where they would also have in like techno kind of modern flair to it. And I really liked that merge of it because I liked it. It was a lot of fun to listen to. It got me pumped. A lot of the boss battles were really exciting because of the music. So I'm going to go pretty high on the music. I'm going to go a 4.5 on the music. It was voice acted, which is nice. I like the voice acting. So that was a good audio choice as opposed to just having a lot of text dialogue. So yeah, 4.5. I like the soundtrack a lot. Graphics and visuals. I love the art style of this game. I love the fact that it's 2D platformer. The Metroidvania aspect of it was a lot of fun. Tainted, I just saw your couple of comments. I do remember a betrayal. There was a lot of betrayal in the game. Back to story and characters. A lot of betrayal. Almost all the characters betray you. Music was really good. I agree. Tainted music was really good. So graphics and visuals, I like the visual style of this game. Kind of the cell shaded look of it was really good, really eye-catching, really fun, really engaging. A lot of the enemies, and they had like different colors, and they had a different like little flash of animation that would happen right before their attack. So that everything worked together really nicely on that. Now I did play on the Switch, and that's not gonna show me the full capabilities of the graphics. I'm still gonna say it's pretty high. It's not the best looking Switch game out there, but it's a good looking game. So I'm also gonna go a 4.5 on that. Oh, also the animations when you would do your mega attack, like your finishing attack. I like how it kind of broke the mold on being a 2D, like it would kind of go kind of 3D on you in those moments. That was a lot of fun too. So that really adds to the graphics and visuals. So yeah, that was. I like that. It was good. It was good. Level design. This is another pretty strong one. You guys, this whole map, it went together really well. And being a Metroidvania, you can only get so far before there was like some sort of a barrier to prevent you from going forward. And that barrier was usually pretty clear. It was pretty obvious, like, oh, I can't make it there because I need to be able to interact with that blue thing that's up there. Or I can't make this jump, it's too far. Like there's something tells you at every single dead end that, you know, you can't make it. And usually by the visuals in the game, you can kind of see, oh, that's kind of why I can't do it. So once you find that item, you can go back and you can kind of interact with whatever you need to interact with to keep going forward. So I really like that in this game. They did a great job. The whole map as a whole went together really well, and being able to go from one area all the way to the other, all the way to the other. You could warp if you really wanted to. You could use those little teleportation items, but you didn't have to. You really could go through the whole map. So the whole map was a good map, and each little subsection in the map blended together really well in each of the spots. So that's really a strong point in this game. Solid map they made for this entire game. I want to give it a 5, but is it worthy of a 5? Let me see here. Let me read through my more specific stuff here. Navigation intuitive. Yes, I just talked about why it was intuitive. Does it encourage exploration? I would do a lot. I would explore a lot. Yeah. Do challenges progress naturally and align with the core mechanics? Yeah. Was there any spots in the game where I really felt lost? Yeah, there were a few times where maybe I could. Yeah, I think it's a 4.5 again. I'm not going to go a 5. I'm going to go a 4.5. There were some areas in the map where maybe I was like, what am I supposed to do here? Or I got a little bit confused. Gameplay was really strong, you guys. But I am going to say it wasn't as tight as it could have been, the controls. I really like all your different abilities and how they're each mapped to a different part of the controller and how they really went together well. So in some of the really like fine-tuned puzzle areas, you would have to like jump and then do a dash, and then before you land you had to shoot your arrow somewhere, and then as that was falling you had to make a copy of yourself to go back to a certain spot. So those types of things were like, it was phenomenal, and it was done really well. But the gameplay, it did feel the gameplay was a little not as tight as it could have been. The gameplay was tight. The reason I know it could be tighter though is because I compare this game a lot to Metroid Dread. I haven't streamed Metroid Dread. I played that back when it first came out, but that's probably one of the tightest games. If I was to give any sort of Metroidvania a 5 out of 5 on gameplay, it would be Metroid Dread. That game was top notch, and this game was not that, unfortunately. So I'm going to do another 4.5 here, only because I know how much better it could be. And it's not much better, but it's a little bit better. And I know that when I was playing Metroid Dread, I never felt like the game was a little loose on its controls when I failed at Metroid Dread. It was completely my fault. On this game, sometimes I did get the feeling like, oh, this game kind of a little loosey-goosey on the controls, and I kind of lost my footing for some reason. So I'm going to go a 4.5 on this one as well, for a grand total of 88. That's a B+. Ooh. I think that's okay. I mean, that's okay. B+ is okay. This is one of the better games I played on Switch. So maybe a B+ is pretty good. Maybe I was in my head, I was kind of thinking maybe A- area, but I mean, 88 is not that far off. This is one of the better games on the Switch. So maybe my grading scheme needs to be a little more revamped. I don't know. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it 88%. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments how I messed this up. I don't think I did. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, it's one of the better games on the Switch. Absolutely a must have. But you know what? Maybe a B+. Yeah, a B+ is solid. I'd be happy with. Yeah, I'm fine with this. You guys, I'm fine with this. If you got beef with this, let me know in the comments. I'm definitely open to your guys' perspective in the comments. Any last minute that you think I should make some changes to? Story and characters, 3.5. Yeah, I mean, music and audio, everything's a 4.5. That's like an A game right there. 4.5 out of 5 is like an A game. It's just the story and characters were lame. And this is a B+. Let me tell you why. This is basically an A game where they totally botched on this. They've really botched on the story, you guys. And I think to myself of that one masked character who was part of all the cutscenes up until a point, and then you never see that character again. And that's just evidence that they clearly either
gave up on just the story or forgot. Like either way is like, yeah, I can't give this game an A. I agree. It's a B plus. It's a B plus. A lot of aspects in this game is A quality, but the story is which I don't care much about the story. So maybe that should be even less. Maybe that should be a 1x multiplier, and then everything else should be more. I don't know. I'll leave it like this. Whatever. All right, you guys, have a good time. Have a good day. Have a good week if I don't see you by next Saturday, but I probably will. Bye, everybody.
Too bad about Kenny, huh? Life in a big city.